Are you a photographer that's looking to learn how to do SEO for your own website so that way you can get it ranking on Google and start attracting more local customers? If so, this video is for you. My name is Ronaldo Stewart, co-founder of Igniter, and I want to show you the 5 easy steps that I use to rank websites on Google. Let's get started. All right, we're at my computer and I want to start off by walking you through the stages that I use to rank websites on Google. So stage one, I always start off with technical SEO, and I'll go through that in more detail. Stage two is research. So that's researching your keywords that you're going to use for your website, researching your competitors because they're on page one for a reason. Google likes what they're doing, so we want to see what they're doing and model that. Stage three, on page optimization. This is actually making the actual changes on your website. Stage four is creating a content strategy. Stage five is link building. All right. So let's start off with stage one. This is technical SEO. So I just want to cover the basis of this. A lot goes into this as well. Actually, a lot goes into all these stages, but I'm going to try to compress everything in this video so that way you can watch and then take action after watching this video. So we want to start off with domain name. Now, most of you already have a domain name. It's probably going to include your keyword in there, which is photography or photographer, which is perfect. Some of you may have the location in the domain. That's perfect too, because keyword in the domain name and the URL, Google favors those sites if you're matching it, if you're pairing it with your keyword and have great optimization. That just helps your rankings. All right, so platform, we like to use WordPress. We've been using WordPress ever since we started SEO back in 2015-ish. But I've been building websites before that, and I've always used WordPress. You can use Wix, Weebly. I know some of you have Squarespace or some sort of free platform. That's okay to begin with, but I would upgrade to WordPress. WordPress is free, and there's more. You can customize your site a lot better, and it just ranks well for us. All right. So as far as hosting goes, we recommend SiteGround or Hostinger. We've used both of these for our clients in our agency, and they always have great speeds, great support, and your uptime is pretty much 100%. All right. Next up is URL structure. Now, you want to create a great URL structure because Google is reading everything on your website. Google can't actually see what your website looks like. They're just reading everything from the URL to the code in the backend. So that's why it's so important to optimize it properly. So yes, we want it to look something like this. Keyword, your brand name, your keyword.com slash family dash portrait. All right. We want it to look clean and simple and readable to a person and to Google. We don't want it to look like this. All right. Domain name.com slash some random strings. We do not want that. In WordPress, you can change this. It's under the permalink settings. All right. So get that changed. It should be called post name, I believe, for this type of permalink structure. All right. And then setting up Google Search Console and Analytics. Now, these are free tools from Google that we highly recommend. We use this every day in our agency to monitor the results. So Google Search Console looks like this. You can Google this to how to set this up. It's free. It's very easy to set up. Just Google Search Console and it'll walk you through how to set it up. There's a code that you have to add, but it's very easy. So it looks like this. So basically, Google Search Console measures everything that your site is doing prior to someone clicking it. So it'll show you what it looks like on the search engines, what pages are indexed, excuse me, total clicks you're getting from organic search, impressions, average click-through rate, average position. So you want to be able to track this. So we can even go in here and do a comparison to see if your site's doing well. So this site, this is one of our test sites in the past 28 days. You can see that jump up right there. So this site is growing. And you can see what keywords are growing. Top queries. You could even search top pages. All right, so it's a very important tool. Next up is Google Analytics. This tracks everything after someone lands on your website from search. Even beyond organic search, it'll track direct traffic. If you're running any social media marketing campaigns, it'll track here too. So we can look at our traffic acquisitions. We can see if we've grown as well here. So compare organic search 196%. It's grown in the last 30 days. All right, so definitely get this set up for your site. All right, let's jump back here. And the plugin, so this is primarily for WordPress. We like to use SEO plugins such as Yoast or Rank Math. That way we can modify things like the page title and the meta description. We want to be able to control all that for SEO. And we also use these tools to generate sitemaps, which is, it's basically a list of all of your pages on your website, and that gets submitted inside of Search Console. That way Google can see all your pages that are on your website. All right. So that's stage one, technical SEO. Let's move on to stage two. For keyword research, I have these free tools listed here. The first one is obviously just going to Google and searching your service plus city. So photographer plus city. So in this case, in this example, I'm closer to Philadelphia, so we can do Philadelphia photographer space Philadelphia. We can also use Ahrefs free keyword generator or Google Keyword Planner, and I'll show you all of these. So starting off with service plus city, actually, let's just go over to Google, type in photographer Philadelphia. Let's see who comes up. Now these are ads, so Google Ads section up here, that's a sponsored. Google Maps section. So one of our primary goals is to get in the Google Maps section here. And the biggest reason why you want to get up here is obviously it's closer to the top, and there's a lot of social proof in terms of reviews. People can click on your profile and look at photos. So it's the best way to get social proof. You can see what people are saying about you, hours, your website, everything is here. All right, so that's why it's so important to get a Google Business Profile up and running. It's free, and you just get it up and running, verify the postcard, and just start collecting reviews from your clients. See, someone can come in here, check out photos before they even get on your site. So this is super important. All right, let's go back. Everything I'm showing you in here does contribute to Google business rankings and your organic. So this is the maps, and then Olive and Grace Photography starts the organic section. All right, so we just scroll through here, see who's showing up, see what people are putting in their page title, see what people are putting in their meta description. All right, now there's a reason why they're up here, because Google likes what they're doing to their website. So there's a good amount of photographers that's listed here, and it's mixed with these directory type sites like Yelp. I think I saw, looks like Philly in Love. Let's see who else is in here. Snapper looks like a big directory type site. All right, that's the end of page one. All right, so yeah, there's a few photographers in here that we can model. So let's look at the other keyword research tools that I provided. So Ahrefs free keyword generator. If you want to look beyond service plus city, you can use this to check out. So again, type in photographer Philadelphia. And it'll give you some ideas right here. Photographer Philadelphia, newborn photographer. It's kind of weird that they don't have wedding photographer. They want you to sign up. All right. Let's check out wedding photographer. You're probably going to get a huge variation depending on what type of photographer you put in. All right, so obviously the knot's going to show up. Then you have the maps, Ashley, some Reddit. So that's a good sign. If you see a non-franchise, non-directory type site that's listed, it's always a good sign. Just like Ashley, just a single photographer, not a huge directory type site. That's a great sign, because it shows that it is possible to get it on the first page, closer to the top 3, without any crazy authority to the site. All right, so let's do wedding photographer. Let's put that in the free keyword generator. See what comes up. it's giving us 40. Let's take a look at what Google Keyword Planner has. So Keyword Planner is free. You just have to sign up for a Google Ads account. It will make you create a campaign. Just put in some fake information there, pretend you're creating an ad. And once you publish the ad, just go back in there and pause it so that way you can use the Keyword Planner. So once you're in Google Ads, you go to Tools, Settings, Planning, Keyword Planner. And I'll put you right here. So let's search up that keyword wedding photographer. Good amount of searches a month. Photographers, Philadelphia, affordable wedding photographers, Philly wedding photographers. All right, so these are all keywords that you can utilize on your page. So you want to focus on one primary keyword to target in your page title, in your meta description. I'm sorry, not the meta description, in your heading tag, your H1 heading tag. All right, so let's put something together and act like a client came up to us and was looking to do SEO for wedding photography in Philadelphia. All right, so let's do this. So I have a SEO planner sheet. This is a template that I use for my SEO course. It's a free course where I teach everyone how to do SEO. So that's in the course. I'll include the link in the description below. So let's say we want to target wedding photographer, Philadelphia. So that's going to be our primary keyword. And that was 1,000 average monthly searches. That's pretty good. All right, 1K. Let's see what's some other words we can use. Photographers in Philadelphia, PA. That was 1.3. All right. And then let's do Philly wedding photographer, because sometimes people locally around here say Philly, not Philadelphia. That was 1,000. All right. So we found our primary keywords, and now we want to find our top competitors and see how many backlinks they have. So a linking website is considered a vote with SEO. So the more powerful votes that you have to your website, the better your site will do in the search engine results. So we want to try to acquire as many high quality, high authority backlinks, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. But for now, we just want to see what our competitors are doing. So let's go back to Wedding Photographer Philadelphia. Sponsored. What is Philly in Love? Looks like they're listing photographers. We don't want that. Let's grab the first company here. And you can tell it's not a big, humongous site because it just shows her domain name here. So Ashley Garrity photography.com, as opposed to the not.com / marketplace / anytime there's a slash location, it's usually a larger site or directory site. So let's grab Ashley here. All right, and actually let's toss her into our website authority checker so we can check the linking websites, and we're going to grab the average of the top 3 after this. Ooh, that's a lot. Shannon. $269. Haley. 170. So guys, you can kind of start seeing the pattern here. Ashley, who's closer in the top three, I think she is in the top three, 394 linking websites to her domain. The next one, 269. The next one, 170. All right. So with SEO, it does take a lot of time and a lot of money in terms of building high quality backlinks, unless you're good at creating content and um, partnering up with industry influencers, things like that. Just get your name out. If you can acquire a lot of high quality backlinks that way, the less money out of pocket, but it's more effort, and will take some time if you're brand new to this. All right. So we have our top competitors list. Let's say let's grab someone that's in page 3 or page 5. Pretend we're working with this client. All right. So I'm just going to pick someone random. This isn't someone that we're working with or have any affiliation with. Let's find someone here. So let's grab Angela. All right. Let's say, example client site. All right, just keep that there. All right, so now we are going to take the average of these clients, or I'm sorry, these top competitors, just to see the average of the linking websites that we need. So you need an average of 278. All right, so in order to try to get on page 1 for this keyword, wedding photographer Philadelphia, you are going to need a good amount of backlinks. So that's the average count that I would shoot for if I was going after this term for this client. All right. All right, I'm going to pause it here. So I want to try to keep these videos in sections because it is a lot to take in. And I'm going to do a quick pause and take a quick break. All right, moving down our research stage, we are going to check out what our competitors have on their on page optimization so that it's making them rank on Google. All right, so for this, I want to show you 2 ways. So I'm going to show you the automated way using tools. This is a paid tool. I believe it's around $34 a month at the time of this recording. So I use this tool. It's called PageOptimizer Pro. You put in your website, you give it your target keyword, and it's going to do all sorts of calculations in the back to determine how many times you need a specific keyword on that page to get it to rank. All right, so it looks like this. Again, you put in your URL, you give it your target keyword, it'll spit out a score from 1 to 100. And depending on what you have on that page, it'll tell you what you have to optimize. So it'll take into account the current word count that you have versus the average word count that your competitors have. And then right here, it'll tell you the page title needs these terms. So you can see important terms that's required, the usage that you are currently using, in the target range that you should have. So once these terms are utilized, it'll tell you target range 1 to 1. It'll give you a green light. So all these green lights means I'm utilizing the right keyword for the search title. And then you go down the page title, which is the heading tag, the H1 heading tag. You can see all these are green because I'm utilizing all of these. And it'll keep going. Subheadings. Subheadings are H2s, H3s, and I'll show you what those are using a plugin. And then content. So all this is already pretty much done for me. All I have to do is go into my content and add these, make some small little changes to make sure that these keywords are included in the content naturally. All right. So that's why I use this tool. It takes away the headache, especially if you're just doing it once. If you only have 2 to 3 service pages that you're looking to rank, let's say you have a wedding page, a family portrait page, what else? Maybe dog photography or toddler infant photography. You could just get those page optimized and then, cancel it because you're pretty much optimized after that. All right, so I highly recommend it. But if you plan on doing this the manual way, which is a lot slower and time consuming, you're going to download a plugin called Detailed SEO. So for Chrome, it looks like this. You're just going to hit the install Chrome extension button and it will give you the extension. So let's take a look at what it looks like. So let's go to our first competitor, and then we're going to take note of word count, page title, so all of these right here. All right. Our first competitor was Ashley Garrity. All right. So let's hit the detailed Chrome extension here, detailed SEO, and already right here, keyword in the page title, keywords in the meta description. You have wedding photographer and Philadelphia. So with the meta description, you don't have to have the keywords that exact string or that exact phrase. You can just have it scattered so that way it appears naturally. All right. So she has wedding here, photographer here, and then Philadelphia. All right. And then we can see her word count, her headers. So the H1, she should technically only have one H1, but looks like she has three. And then 0 H2. So it kind of goes down in a hierarchy, right? So H1 is always the top. You should only have one per page. H2 are the main topics underneath that. So it could be something like about our photography studio, the services our photography studio provides, our location, those are all H2s. Then within those could be H3s. All right. And then we can go in here and take a look at all the headings that are used. All right. So these are her heading tags. Actually, it looks like it's kind of combined, but it's being separated for some reason, counting as two H1s. That's fine. All right. So what we are going to do next is start getting this information and gathering them up. This one was see again, she has her keyword in the title, in the heading tag, headline tag, Philadelphia wedding photographer. So you can see the pattern there. Page title, keyword, meta description keywords, H1 headline tag, keyword. All right. So those are the three primary places to include it, and then scattered throughout your content. What was the number of headers she had? We're not counting H1, so 15, 16. And then now we got to go in to see how many of those heading tags have keywords. Whoops. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you see what I mean by this? It does get time consuming because you'd have to do this for the top three. All right. So we'd have to collect all this information, find the average, and utilize that on our on page. All right. So just to give you an idea, let me grab just word count for now. The next one was Shannon. So 832. So our page needs to be around 830 to 1,000 words for it to be considered properly optimized. All right. Same thing with the headers. We grab the average of all the heading tags, not including the H1, come up with a total. So let's say there's 15. Oops, sorry. We'd have to put 15 of them. Number of heading tags with keywords. Let's say the average was 8. All right. So this is what we would have to go for our page. So let's pretend we're optimizing Angela Gaspar's photography page. All right. So let's take a look at her, what her word count is. So already you can tell she needs to add more words. So her current is 418. We'll add it here. Current word count. All right. So she needs to up it by 500 words around there. Okay. And then let's take a look at her page title. Her page title is good because it does include the keyword. Philadelphia wedding photographer. Is it hers? Wedding photographer. What do the other competitors have? Photographer. Yeah, she should change that. Just take out the S. So she had to take the S out, made a description. Let's see what's in there. That's good. She has a keyword in there. H1. No H1. So she needs to include H1. And then for the body content, I'm not going to go through the body content. Actually, I can show you what I do. So for body content, in order to see the keywords that she has that your competitors have, you'd have to take all those keywords, count how many are in the page, and find the average, which is very time consuming. Again, that's why I always recommend the tool. So you would go to, let's go back to Ashley's. This tool called SEO Quake. We click on density. And see from here, we can see all the 1-word keywords, 2-word keywords, 3 words, and 4-word keywords. So the word wedding appears 36 times, Philadelphia 10 times, and then we can go here. So you'd have to take note of all of these on those 3 pages. Philadelphia wedding, 3-word, Philadelphia wedding photographer. So yeah, again, you'd have to find all the keyword density for those top 3 pages, find the average, and utilize it on your site, which is, again, I don't do it that way, but if you're very tight on budget and can't afford PageOptimizer Pro or anything similar like Surfer SEO, you would have to do it this way. All right. So those are the recommended changes for this person's website. She would just have to create more content, more optimized content, and she could go in here, include more words about, couples, love, day. You can see a majority of the density is up here. So Philadelphia, day, love, couples, wedding. All right. Then you utilize more of these 2 words, your wedding day, our couples, our favorite. She would have to include most of those in her content. All right. So let's move on to on-page optimization. All right, I'm going to breeze through these a little bit because this video is running very long. For creating an optimized page, you can write this yourself. Again, utilizing what you either extract from Pop or SEO Quake. If you need help, you can always use ChatGPT. You can use a prompt like this. These are the prompts I give out in my free SEO course. Let's say you want to just create body content. Let's grab Angela's. So we had to reach, let's try to aim for that, let's say 850. That's fine. We'll see what it spits out. See, now you can use this and create your service page or your optimized page for this content. You can even add to it. So if it's missing keywords, you can add to it. Take some out if it's not your right voice. You can tell it what voice to give it. And this is your content here. You could even take the words that Pop give you or the words that you get from SEO Quick. You can export this out and say, you can tell ChatGPT to utilize these keywords inside of the content. That's what I have in the prompt here. Include all the following keywords, where you toss all the keywords in here. And you can do the same thing for heading tags. Use the following heading tag as a page outline. So any important keywords, toss it in there. It'll write the full page out. See, look at that. That's perfect. All right, so something to consider if you're doing this on your own. ChatGPT, definitely use that. All right, what's next? Image optimization. We want to optimize all of our images with the alt text. So if you're using WordPress or any website builder, there will be a section, a box that pops up when you upload an image and add it to the website, to the page. It'll say alt text, and you put something in there that's super descriptive but includes keywords. So you don't want to just do, let's say it's a photo of a couple here, right? You don't want to just say a wedding couple. You want to say, be as descriptive as you're describing it to someone who can't see the photo. So you could say a couple walking down the aisle during their wedding ceremony, with the bride holding up her bouquet, smiling at family members. So something super descriptive with some keywords. All right, so you want to do that for every image. Google Business Profile, we already talked about that. Just go on Google, type in Google Business Profile if you don't have one, fill it out, and they'll send a postcard to your address. You don't have to show if you're using your house as your business address, you can just hide it. Get it filled out. The postcard will come to you, and you verify it, and then you'll have your Google Business Profile, and just start getting reviews right away. Just start stacking reviews. All right, NAP. So this is name, address, phone number. You need this consistent throughout your website and any backlink citations that you build. This is Google's way of knowing that this is a legitimate business. So let's see if Ashley or any of these photographers have an address. Now, most likely not, because in this industry, you go out to the customer, to the client. Yeah. It's usually in the footer. Yeah, unless you're an actual studio where people come to you, like portrait studio or something like that. Most of you won't have a name, address, phone number. That's fine. As long as the phone number is there on your website somewhere shown and the name, that's fine. But when you build out citations, you do have to include all that information. All right. So content strategy, I'm going to breeze through this pretty quickly because this video is already long. We want to, let me close all these out. So the reason why we want to build content is to build our topical authority for our website. Google doesn't like thin site. So a thin site's considered just 5 pages. So you got your home, service pages, about, contact, portfolio. Google wants to see more. So if you can put out blog content related to your location and your service, this will build the site up and push it up further in the search results. So let me show you an example of the content silo structure. So with the silo, you post all of your pieces of content and they will all link to a specific service that it's related to. And that interlinking will push that main page up, push its ranking up. So let's say your service page 1 is family portraits. You're going to create blog posts all about family portraits, either clients that you've shot, what you do during family portraits, FAQs, or anything like that. Anything that's helpful, you're going to link them all together and link them to the service page. Same thing for, let's say you're doing dog portraits. You're going to just create all articles about dogs, how you get the dogs to sit, about them behaving, or any clients that you've had come in, any cute dogs. You're going to create articles about that, point to that page. So forth, so on. You just want to build all around topical authority for the website. All right. And again, you can use ChatGPT for that. I do have a prompt just to give you an example. Here we go. Yep. All right, there's a service page. Let's say we want to create some content. Let's say you don't know what to write about and you're completely brand new. This will give you some ideas. See, now it's perfect. Top 10 most photographic wedding venues in Philadelphia. This article would pertain to Philadelphia itself. So Google will like that and see that you are in Philadelphia. And that's perfect for local businesses. So right here, this is combining photography and wedding, autumn wedding, seasons. So these are all perfect to just create content about. And let's say you're terrible at blog writing. You can just get ChatGPT to write it. So let's go down here. Let's pick, once it's done. Let's say, actually, let's do this one. Let's see what it comes up with. I like that. So you're going to tell ChatGPT, write me an in-depth blog post about, make sure it follows Google's helpful content guidelines. The conclusion should include call to action for a free consultation. I think that's a good call to action. What was the sample that we used? So by the way, Google's helpful content update got pushed out, and it pretty much hit a lot of these junky blog posts that were generated by AI, or pretty much human written blog posts that were junk. Google's trying to control the quality in their search results. So anything that they didn't deem high quality, it hit all these pages, and all those pages lost their either indexation or they just lost their metrics. So we want to make sure our content is high quality. Let's see what it says. And now you have your blog post. All right, then in the conclusion, it's probably going to take a while. And then in the conclusion, I told it to create a call to action for a free consultation call. You'd basically highlight your name, your brand name in the conclusion, and interlink it, point it to your homepage. All right, so that way it'll push, or whatever page this is. So let's say the blog post was about portrait photography. You'd highlight something in the conclusion about portrait photography and link it to your portrait photography page. All right, that's your content. All right, then link building. I'm not going to go too much into this. You have what's called, I would start off, if the site is brand new, I would create what's called citations. These are websites like Yellow Pages and Yelp where they have all the basic information about your site, such as phone number, address, hours, photos, and these websites just aggregate all this information so that way if someone's searching in the area they can go there. You want to create a ton of those, and then from here you want to create, these are more advanced strategies using niche edits or guest posts. I use a site called Rhinorang. um, and then if you do want to do some of these yourself, which is very time consuming, again, you can go to a site like Bright Local. They have all of their recommended websites. So let's say we wanted to do one in Philadelphia. We scroll all the way to Philadelphia. Or I'm sorry, Pennsylvania, and just start filling these out. So we go in here, see these are all free. We'd go in here, add our business, add free business listing, fill out your business information, and you'll have your citation from this site. So you need a lot of these. All right, then you want to track your rankings. I usually track them through Google Search Console. Then you can track your website performance and analytics. If everything's growing, if it's green, then you're doing well. You just keep going. All right, with Serple, this is a pretty cool site. You put in your website and it just tracks all the keywords that your website is ranking for. All right, you can go in here. You can go on the site Serple, and it'll show you right here. Let's say your website's ranking for all these keywords. It'll show you where it's ranking, how many people are searching for it, if it's going up, if it's going down. It's a very cool tool. But again, you don't need it if you're just starting out. You could just do something like this. This is a free tool. Let's do. And who is our sample client? You could check every couple of weeks on this tool to see where you're at. Let's see where she's at. 28. All right, then it compares it to the top ranking site. So she has 45 domain. Wait, I thought it was higher. I'm not sure, but domain 45. Yeah, this is weird. This is off. That's not right. But yeah, you can compare where you're at compared to your top competitors. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I know this was a ton of information to unpack, but it's definitely steps that you can take right after watching this video to start ranking your photography website. So that's it. If you are looking to do this yourself, I do have a free SEO course where I explain everything in detail that you see here. They're all broken down into smaller steps, into further detail. It's free. I'm never going to charge you. I'll put the link in the description if you want to join. And we also have a Done-For-You service. So if you feel like this is way too much information for you and you'd rather pay someone to do it, our agency does this as well. So I'll include the link to that in the description below. And let me know in the comments if you feel like you got value out of this and if you want me to keep putting out more information like this. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video.